This is my grandmother, Jeanette Maria Rojas Dempsey. She is 72 years old. She has been married for 50 years, and she has 3 kids, Jenna, Julie, and Jonathan, and 7 grandkids. But way back when, long before the grandkids and the kids and the marriage, she was a baby. Born on May 16, 1950, she lived the first 3 years of her life in a simple house on a hill in the town of San Jose, Costa Rica. Her mother was Lillian Rojas, her father, Luis Rojas, her older brother, Louis Rojas, and her younger sister, Nettie Rojas. When she was young, she enjoyed playing outside and spending time with her siblings. When she was 3 years old, her father entered into the Costa Rican lottery. He won 500,000 colones. Her parents decided that they wanted to move to the United States to give their children more opportunities. So in 1953, after a few months and a lot of paperwork, even more, there we go. So after a few months and a lot of paperwork, my grandmother, her 2 siblings, her parents, and 2 of her dad's friends traveled from San Jose, Costa Rica, to Ellis Island in New Jersey, USA. They went through immigration and officially became U.S. citizens. From there, they decided to take some time to travel and kept heading much further south to Mexico, where they got to be tourists and enjoy sightseeing for a bit. After vacationing, they headed back up north to the States and bought a house in Springfield, Massachusetts, where they lived for 2 years. Grandma and her family got to experience American Christmas, getting used to Christmas mornings instead of parades, pajamas instead of street parties, and Santa and his reindeer instead of bull runs. They also got accustomed to life in the United States. But after a few more months, it was time for another change. Her family rented out the house in Springfield and moved to the west side of New York City. Not too long after that, my great-grandmother missed her home. She decided to go visit the people they left behind in Costa Rica and make sure that there was a place for her family to stay when they went back to visit. She and Nettie stayed in Costa Rica for a year to build a new house and spend time with family and friends. And during that time, their family in the United States missed them very much. But after 12 months, they were reunited. Grandma and Uncle Louis were very excited to see them. Eventually, they moved to the east side of Manhattan, where Grandma went to an all-girls high school and spent the summers at Camp Shiloh in New Jersey. It was at this church camp that Grandma met a counselor that went to Harding University. Grandma really looked up to her, so when the counselor told her that she believed Harding would be a good place for her, it was something that Grandma held on to. When it was time for high school graduation and choosing colleges, she already knew where she was going. During the first week of school, she met John Dempsey, who I would later call Grandpa. They dated for 3 years, until one day, while he was driving, he turned to her and out of the blue asked her to marry him. He didn't even have a ring. She was absolutely shocked, but eventually said yes. Very soon after that, he was recruited to go into the military and was shipped off to train with the Marines. During his time, he was working odd jobs and saving up money until one day he had saved enough. And on Valentine's Day, Grandma got a letter and a package in the mail. The letter was Grandpa wishing her a happy Valentine's Day, and when she opened the package, she saw an engagement ring. When he came home from service, they got married on August 14, 1972. They had 3 kids. Those kids had kids. And that is the story of how my grandmother lived her American dream.